in my case is very unusual, and I'm not patting myself on the back. I still wonder, what was I set up for? Because everyone I met, and I was excited to have found sort of a community. I was in the LGBT community, and I felt kind of relieved and happy. Like, finally I found people, like, I fit in. I'm with this volunteer group, I'm doing this, doing that, blah blah blah. All of them played into something. It's on the bizarre side, because most people wouldn't believe it, you know what I mean? Like, well, everybody can't be. Actually, in my little world, everybody was playing into something, which is a disgrace. Philly is a disgrace. I can't see the light, so I don't want to get hit by these cars, because it's hard to tell. So anyway, I'll wake up and think, why does, you know, okay, now we're focused on these people. Why did they do what they did? Because it's really weird. I don't ask much in general. In fact, I was kind of proud, but it was more like I didn't want to bother anyone. Very independent. Okay, I'll just pay my own bills. Meanwhile, I didn't know all the people with, you know, who are living a little bit more largely were getting a lot of help along the way on a daily basis. I was told I had to be, you know, Miss Independent, you know, American woman. Turns out there's no such thing. They don't exist. So two people passed by just now. A guy who, and it's almost like the city is casted with people. The first guy, I don't know if you can tell with the sun, looked like the guy in the Dominican Republic who's been accused of, you know, disappearing and or killing or what have you this young woman from Pittsburgh University. I guess they were there on spring break. P.S. Don't do that. Just go to Florida, for Christ's sake. Save your money, you know. No offense, but it gets sketchy out there. So I'm just gonna say it straight out. But anyway, both people just go to Florida or wherever people go for spring break. Or better yet, don't even spend your money anywhere. But anyway, they had him followed by a woman who with the same skin tone and looking at me like, oh. So I thought for a second yesterday, I wonder if he's innocent. I have no idea. I won't pay attention to the story that much, but it's all over the place. They clearly casted two people to represent what's going on in the news. Here on Arch Street behind Comcast. That's the Comcast building, ladies and gentlemen. And all its fake glory. And all the fakeronies who have to... Nice try. I can pop at you in a second. So that one woman jerked her head really quick because that's part of someone's new knowledge base. Is this person puppeted? Like if I yank my head to the right really quick or to the left, will that person's head move also? Is it some weird thing? People actually think this. Now, the interesting side is humans actually, you know, yawn when other people yawn. That is actually a natural human state. It's not about being puppeted. So someone needs to correct the mindset immediately. In Philadelphia and otherwise, other places. So that guy has a shirt that says I need my space. I just posted a video last night with Space Restaurant in the Chinatown. This is old school gang stalking, ladies and gentlemen. Now leave it to one group to have a little bit of a funny sense of humor. He didn't bother me as much. Somehow he came across as funny. The other ones bothered me. In the other case, you know, a lot of people's lives are on the line. Who's telling the truth? Who's being used for political gain? All around, because someone from America is on that scene right quick. Real quick. And they will get to the bottom of this. But they will even use, you know, what's his name? They will use these people for political gain. Boom. I want to see if I can go up, wind up on CNN, this, that, and the other. I will use these people since they're in this situation. I want to know who started it. I want to know why these kids thought, oh, on spring break, let's go to the Dominican Republic. I got the impression it was a spring break trip. Where do you get this idea? Now, was it related to school? Like, oh, it's both learning and a spring break? Or people actually go to the Dominican Republic on spring? No offense to the Dominican Republic. It's more like, McFly, hello, how much money do we have? One, as a student at Pittsburgh, that does not scream lots of money to me. People with lots of money don't go to Pittsburgh unless they want to control other people. Okay? Who goes to Pittsburgh? We'll get to that later. You either live there and you're like, well, that's the most viable choice. I'm not really sure. Who goes to Pittsburgh? Good question. I want to see where Pittsburgh is ranked. I want to see how many people come in as giants trying to handle everybody's lives as if. I want to know DR, so we'll look at DR. It's got the word Republic, so already we had 50 million Republic trash trash trucks out this morning. They're blue with the red, like, recycling looking symbolism. We have One Republic, the music. They're gonna go up all of a sudden. Too late to apologize. Too late. See how they are One Republic. And there's the Dominican Republic. They will come out of the woodwork, guaranteed. Because it'll work in the world of Codeland. I want to see this guy come out with all his music. Because they've been sort of quiet for a few years. They were big, you know, like 10 years ago or so. He's got a whole new look. He looks all Swedish. They got him tattooed up and everything. So he looks like a real rock star now, as opposed to like somewhat more normalized human from the past. And he knows it. He knows this is what happens when people are in that world and made or self-made, but you're in that world, you gotta look a certain way, you know what I mean? So it sort of just comes up. Too late to apologize. It's too late. So what else? Who goes to the Dominican Republic for you know, this is not a country or territory or whatever it's called, whoever owns it. Now we gotta figure out who owns the Dominican Republic. Who actually thinks that's where I want to go? That's where I want to spend my money. No offense, for maybe tourists, but spring break? I didn't know this. I'm in, you just go to Florida, you know, or where else do people go? I never got to go on spring break, so we'll just put it out there. I was in a special group of people who was not included in Partyland, or, oh, this is a neat idea. Once I had a friend named Sarah, and her sister lived in Miami, and we visited her during a spring break time period. Her sister was a teacher in Miami for a while, but it wasn't really like a full-on spring break, although they have the topless beach on South Beach, and they tried. I didn't have the balls to do it, and I was fit-ish. I had been through Weight Watchers. I'd lost 60 pounds way back in 1990, but this would have been